Hello students, today we will learn that what is basically accounting, why we do accounting and what are the basic three mantras. By learning that you can do any of the account in accounting. Most of the time I come to know from the students that they face difficulty that how the basics are to be done in accounting. So today I'm just want to discuss with you that first of all should be clear to you that what is accountancy. This basically there are three words. Student take synonym to them. One is accounts, another is accounting, and another is accountancy. Students usually consider these three words synonym of each other. But my dear students, please don't forget these are not the synonyms but these are interrelated with each other. If I talk about accounts, accounts are the T-shaped performers in which accounting is to be done. Now the question arises, what is accounting then? Then accounting is a process. Accounting is a process. Of which process? For summarizing the data, recording the data, analyzing the data to interpret the results. I'll explain you the meaning completely. Whatever the process of accounting is to be done, what are the rules, regulations that is told by a subject matter that is known as accountancy. So all in all, what is the conclusion basically? That these three words seems to be very similar to each other, but they have a different meaning from each other. Before, as a beginner, you should be very much clear about these 3 points first, that what are accounts? Accounts are the T-shaped performers in which accounting is to be done. Now what is accounting? Accounting is a complete process. Here I want to discuss with you that what is accounting as well. We know very well that whenever the accounts are prepared by any entrepreneur, I come to that point as well, that why we do accounting. But whenever we have to do accounting, first of all the identification of the transaction is to be done. After that their recording is to be done in journal or books of original entry. After recording the transaction, the classification is to be done. So classifying of transaction. After that their summary is to be prepared, that is called summarizing, that you come to know in the trial balance. And lastly analysis is to be done. In this way a complete process of accounting is done. So what we can say, it start from the identification of transaction and it complete up to the analysis to interpret the results of business transaction. I just want to make it more clear. It is a bookish formula that accounting is always just goes in a flow and it is a complete accounting cycle. These are the basic terms that you come to know whenever you study about accounting. So what is the process basically? Let clear by an example. Suppose you started a business somewhere else. What will you do first? Whenever you want to start a business, suppose you want to have a shop or you want to have a factory, what will you do? You just find the perfect location for that, you arrange the funds for that, you did these kind of preliminary activities first and you purchase the building or the place first. Land and building is to be purchased by you. After that all the capital equipments are to be installed there, capital formation will be there, you will purchase the stock or the raw material, you will talk to the customers also, retailers also, and so many transactions take place between you, your supplier and your customers. So many money related transactions like the payment made, like the payment received, receipts are there, payments are there, take place in every business. Now what you want as an entrepreneur, You invest the money. अरे भैया आपने पैसा लगाया है, एक टाइम के बाद जब आप पैसा लगा रहे हो आप चाहोगे, यू वॉन्ट टू नो द आंसर ऑफ ऑल दिस क्वेश्चन कि भाई मैंने पैसा लगाया अगर मान लीजिए 6 महीने पहले या 1 साल के पहले, तो मुझे उसका रिटर्न क्या मिल रहा है, क्या रिटर्न आ रहा है मेरे पास. सो वट एवर द मनी इन्वेस्टेड बाय एन एंटरप्रेन्योर इन द बिजनेस, वट इज द रिटर्न ऑन दैट इन द टर्म्स ऑफ प्रॉफिट, what are the value of the expense of the business, what are the value of the incomes generated by the business, what is the value of assets, liabilities, capital. So many answers every entrepreneur or investor wants to know. In order to find out the answer of these questions, that what is my asset, what is my liability, what is my expense, what is my receipts, what is the value of my sale, what is my turnover, what is the profitability, all these, what is my financial position, so many answers every entrepreneur or any investor wants to know. So how you will get the answers of these questions? These questions can be answered only by preparing the proper accounts of the business. And how the accounts is to be done? Accounts is to be done by using this process, the process of accounting, in which we have to take step by step after one another, and at the last analysis is to be done. How it is started? It starts with the identification. It is very much important point, because accounting only deal with the monetary transaction. It don't deal with the qualitative transactions at all. It deal with the quantitative transactions only. It is one of the limitation that is given in chapter number 1 also. So you can learn from that, and you can see the features that only the money value can be measured. The things which can be measured in the value of money, that are treated to be accounts. अरे भाई accounts कर रहे हैं तो बात तो money की ही होगी. So identification, in the identification, first of all, the transactions are to be identified whether these are monetary in nature or non-monetary. If the monetary in nature, then it will be carried forward to the next step, that is of recording. In the recording, the transactions are to be recorded in the journal or the books of original entry. After that, their proper classification is to be done in the forms of ledger. One of the separate chapter you will learn ledger, journal and subsidiary books you will learn, and you just come to know that how the recording is to be done. After that, summarizing is to be done by preparing the trial balance. And after preparing the trial balance, analysis is to be made by preparing the final accounts. That is also one of your important chapter that is given in book. You will just read each and everything separately, turn by turn, that what is journal, that what is ledger, what is trial balance, what are final accounts. In every chapter, there are various chapters are given to you. The detailed study we will discuss in our upcoming lectures, where I tell you about these things, but what these are. But basically you just must know at this point of time that what is accounting. Basically, accounting starts with the identification and up to the end of analysis of the transaction to interpret the results thereof. And which results? The results that an entrepreneur or investor wants to know. Because everybody, if me, you, anybody else invest money somewhere else, at the end of the period, he or she always wants to know that what I lose or what I gain. What are my profits, what are my losses, what are expenses, incomes, receipts, payments, assets, liabilities, drawings, capital, so many terms. In the chapter basic accounting term, you just come to know, I hope, about these basic terms. If you have not learned, please watch the video that is going to be launched in this week about the basic accounting term, that you come to know what are these basic terms. So accounts, T-shape performa, accounting is a process that I have explained. Now accountancy. Accountancy is the name of your book. If you just see the first page of your book, it is labeled accountancy. Accountancy is a complete subject matter which tells us about all the principal basic accounting concepts, conventions, accounting standards, norms, rules, which helps us to do accounting, by which with the help of those rules, by the help of those laws, those standards, the accounting process is to be completed. Because suppose you are just preparing the journal, there are rules. You are preparing ledger, rules behind it, that how it is to be posted in the ledger, how it is entered in the journal, how it is transferred to trial balance, how the financial statement are to be prepared. All these rules are given by this methodology, that methods are given by accountancy. That subject matter tells us about that how the accounting is to be done. So if I conclude, what is accounts basically? Accounts are the T-shaped performers. If I talk about accounting, accounting is a process. And if I talk about accountancy, it is a subject matter. As per the demand of the student, today I am just want to make you learn that journal first. Before learning journal, 3 basic mantras which are defined on the basis of the types of accounts are given to you. I let you know that accounts are there, that are the T-shaped performer in which the business transactions are to be done. On the basis of their nature, it is divided in 3 types. On the basis of their nature, it is divided in 3 types. What are these? There are different type of account are there. If I talk about the accounts or types of accounts, it is of 3 type. One is basically it is personal and impersonal, and impersonal consists of 2. One is real and another is nominal. Yes, if I talk about the personal account means the account of any person, individual or a firm. If I talk about the real account, the account of all the assets is known as real account. If I talk about the nominal account is the account of all the expenses and incomes. Like Ruchi account is there, Priyanka account is there, ABC Limited account is there, any of the name of any firm, any individual person, the capital account of any person. So these are the various type of account: personal, real and nominal, in which the personal account are the account of any person, name of any individual or a firm. Account of all the asset is known as like land and building account, plant and machinery account, stock account. When the goods purchase, their account is known as purchases account. When the goods are sold, their account is known as sales account. If I talk about the expenses and income, rent account, salary account, wages account, these are the different type of accounts or the example of the types of accounts. Any individual person, like I told you that the Ruchi is there, Priyanka is there, any of the name is there, ABC Limited is there. These are the personal account. These are the meaning and examples of various type of accounts. After learning the meaning and type of accounts, the rules should be clear to you. As the first account, personal account related to a person. So it consists the rule, or it is on the basis of the rule that debit the receiver, any of the person who receives will be debit. Any of the person who receive, that will be debit. So the rule will be debit the receiver and credit the giver. DR dot for debit and CR dot for credit. Real account is the account of any asset. Whenever any asset is coming to the business, debit what comes in, credit what goes out. If I talk about the nominal account, debit all the expenses and losses, credit all the incomes and gains. Now, question arises in the mind of a student, what is this debit and what is this credit? I just want to make you learn first that what is debit and what is credit. Double entry system. Every commerce student should be aware about this system, because the whole system of accounting, the whole process of accounting that we have discussed recently is based on this system. That is our double entry system. What the double entry system states that, it states that whenever any transaction takes place, it always consists of two parties included there. Two aspects are there. One will be the giver, one side if something is giving, the another side, another will be the taker. See, I draw in these examples also, in these rules I draw these things. Double entry system, two aspects are there. Suppose I purchase any of the assets from the market. I purchase a car. Leave the asset. I purchase a car. What I'll do? The car will be with me and I have to pay the money or in the form of cash or check. On the one side, I am a giver as well as taker also, and the another party is also there. And when I talk about the car, I am the taker of the car and they are the giver. On the another side, I am giving money, I am the giver of the money and they are the taker of the money. So, inter-exchange take place between us. Two parties are involved. When I am purchasing the car, the company of the car and me. Two parties and persons are involved there. Two aspects are there. Giving is there, taking is there. Two parties are involved. Two aspects are there. What does it mean? It affects on the two accounts also. One account will be debit and another account will be credit. That's why we use debit and credit in the accountancy. Instead of plus minus, like in the mathematics you use plus minus, add, subtract. In accountancy, just forget add, subtract, plus minus, debit, credit. Whether it will be debit or whether it will be credit. So whenever you pass the entry in the journal, the one of the account will be debit with the same amount and another account will be credited with the same amount. Always the debit and credit will be same. With the same amount it will be debited and credited. I hope the aspect, let's recall from where we have started. We have started with the basic terminology in which you come to know that what is the basic difference between accounting and accountancy. Then we learn the meaning of that, what is accounting basically. Accounting, in which accounting, the first step is recording. Recording means preparation of journal. Before learning the journal entries, these three types of accounts, or we can say these three mantras should be learned or understand by every student. Every commerce student should be well aware about these three mantras of accounting. What are these three mantras? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Debit all expenses and losses, while the credit all income and gain. Now let's discuss how these rules are applicable, how these rules will be applied on this system. After that, I told you why debit and credit is there on the basis of the double entry system. In accounting, whenever any transaction take place, it always affect two sides, two parties, two aspects are there. That's why one will be debit, another will be credit. I hope these basics are clear to you. I am just moving ahead with some examples that how these rules are to be implemented while putting the entries. Suppose if I talk about the personal account, debit the receiver, credit the giver. Suppose a transaction is there, paid rupee 5,000 to Ram. Paid rupee 5,000 to Ram. Whenever you are doing the entry, you are not Ram, Sham, Mohan, anybody else. You are just business, and you are just doing the entries of your business. What you are? You are business. So in your business has paid rupees 5,000 to Ram. It means the Ram has become giver or receiver for your business. What the Ram has become? Your business is paying to Ram. Ram is receiver. As per the rule, we know very well that debit the receiver. So Ram debit to. What is going to Ram? हमारे बिजनेस के पास से क्या जा रहा है? हमारे बिजनेस के पास से कैश जा रहा है. हमें दूसरा रूल इमीडिएटली पता है. क्रेडिट व्हाट गोज आउट टू कैश अकाउंट. Debit the receiver, credit what goes out, because it is related to cash, and cash is our asset. It is related to real account, to cash account. Instead of paid to Ram, it is receive rupees 5,000 from Mohan. In this case, what is Mohan? Mohan is the giver. Because our business is receiving, Mohan is giver. Debit the receiver while the credit the giver. And cash is coming to our business, so entry will be cash account debit to Mohan. With the name, we never write account word. It is written like that, account of Mohan, account of Ram. So I hope these two aspects are clear to you, that debit the receiver and credit the giver. If the transaction is that paid rupees 5,000 to Ram, Ram is receiver for the business, debit the receiver, and what is going out of the business, that is cash, so cash account will be credit. Receive rupees 5,000 from the Mohan, in that case Mohan is giver. Credit the giver, it means Mohan account will be credited. Cash account debit to Mohan account. It is all about the personal account. Let's have another example that is related to real account completely. Like purchase machine of rupees 10,000. Your business purchase machine of rupees 10,000. What your business is doing? What is coming to your business? Debit what? Comes in, and machine is coming to our business. So machine account debit to credit what goes out. क्या जा रहा है बिजनेस में से बाहर? बिजनेस में मशीन आ रही है और बिजनेस का कैश जा रहा है. Machine account debit to cash account. So this is all about that. Debit what comes in, credit what goes out, related to real account. Let's talk about nominal account. Debit all expenses and losses, credit all income and gain. Rent paid rupees 1000. Rent is paid by the business, that is an expense for our business. What is to be done in that case? Debit all expenses and losses. Rent account debit, and cash is going out of the business to cash account. 1000 rupees, 1000 rupees. In this way, we have to apply these three mantras in our accounting, and everywhere it is to be implemented. Whatever the transaction you are doing, it is first of all recorded in the journal. After that, those recorded transactions are to be classified, then it is summarized, then it is analyzed. So the basic base is only and only the recording in the books of rational entry, and that recording is based on these three mantras that are very important for the accounting. So I hope these mantras are clear to you, and very soon we will meet together and learn the various aspects of journal on the basis of these three rules. If you have any query, any suggestions, please don't forget to write in the comment box. Thank you. Have a nice day. If you find this video beneficial, hit the like button and subscribe to our channel Aadharshila. Don't forget to write your suggestions and queries in the comment box. Thank you.